So you're thinking about moving to Richmond, Texas? Let me guess. You've heard about the affordable homes, the small town charm, and the sweet spot between Houston hustle and countryside peace. But here's the multi-million-dollar question. Is Richmond, Texas a good place to live, or are there hidden trade-offs behind those tempting home prices? Let's cut through the noise and talk about what really matters if you're considering planted roots here in Richmond. Here we go. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Natasha Carroll from Natasha Carroll Realty, your trusted realtor for all your real estate needs in the state of Texas. Now, without any further ado, let's quickly jump into the honest pros and cons of living in Richmond, Texas. The unfiltered truth is what I'm calling it today. Starting with pro number one, of course. Your dollar goes further. Cost of living in Richmond, Texas is what we're going to call number one. Let's start with what everyone wants to know. How far will my money go in Richmond? The answer is pretty far compared to most of Houston metro area. The cost of living in Richmond, Texas is about 91% of the national average as of March of 2025, which means your paycheck stretches further here than in most other Texas suburbs. Housing is especially affordable. The median home price is $385,000, which is a 2.5% dip from last year and well below the Houston average. That means you can find a beautiful 4-bedroom home with a big backyard for less than you pay for a 2-bedroom condo in the city. Groceries, healthcare, and utilities are slightly below the national average, so you're not just saving on your home or your mortgage, you're saving every month on the basics as well. But it's not just about the numbers. I recently helped a family from California relocate to Richmond, and they were stunned at what they could afford. They traded their tiny apartment for a spacious home in Alania with room for their kids to play and even a home office for remote work. They told me it was the first time they felt like they could truly breathe and enjoy life without stressing about bills, which is really, really good. So if you're looking for value, Richmond is a place where you can live comfortably, I would say, and invest wisely, and still have money left over for travel, hobbies, or just enjoying the little things in life. That's a big reason so many people are moving here in 2025. Now, con number one, the summer heat is real in Texas. So now let's talk about something that every Texan knows, but few outsiders are prepared for. Of course, it's the heat. I just spoke to a client yesterday about that. Richmond summers are not for the faint of heart. From June through to September, temperatures are usually hit the mid-90s and sometimes above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity can make you feel like it's even hotter, and there are days when stepping outside feels like you're walking into a sauna. Let's just be honest. But if you're coming from a cooler climate, this can be a real shock to the system. Even lifelong Texans admit that the summer months require some serious coordination and the use of the AC, and sometimes a good sense of humor, of course. But here's the thing you got to think about. Richmond is built for it. Most of the homes are designed with energy efficient windows, great installation, and powerful air conditioning systems. Community pools are everywhere, and neighborhoods like Harvest Green and Alania have splash pads, shaded parks, and even lazy rivers to help you cool off in the hot summer months. I always tell my clients, plan your outdoor activities for the mornings or the evenings and embrace the Texas tradition of backyard barbecues after the sunset, of course. Yes, the heat is a challenge, but it also is a big part of what makes Richmond lifestyle so unique. You'll adapt, and you might even come to love those warm summer nights. But of course, it's going to be spent with friends and families, and you will eventually adjust. Next up, we have, of course, I would say pro number 2, family-friendly neighborhoods and community vibes is what we're going to call pro number 2. One of the biggest draws for many clients is the incredible sense of community here. Richmond is packed with neighborhoods that truly feel like home, where neighbors know each other and kids play together in the streets. The best neighborhoods in Richmond, Texas, like Harvest Green, Alania, Grand Mission, I would say, and Pecan Grove, they're designed with families in mind. You'll find wide sidewalks, community pools, parks, clubhouses, where residents gather for events, farmers market, and holiday celebration. Harvest Green even has its own working farm and community gardens, so you can pick up fresh veggies or join a gardening club right in your own backyard. This isn't just marketing hype, it's real. I've seen families move here from all over the country and immediately feel welcome and fall in love. One of my clients, a single mom relocating from Chicago, she told me she's never experienced such a supportive environment and such a supportive neighborhood. Within a week of moving in, her neighbors had brought her over some homemade cookies, offered to help with her kids, and invited her to the next block party. So if you value connection, safety, and a place where your kids can ride their bikes until sunset, Richmond, I would say, it delivers. It's the kind of place where lifelong friendships are made, and of course, that's something you just can't put a price on. At least I would say you can. Con number 2, suburban sprawl and limited walkability is definitely a con. Of course, every suburb has its downside, and in Richmond, one of the biggest is suburban sprawl. If you're used to city living where you can just walk to coffee shops, restaurants, stores, you might find Richmond a bit of an adjustment, I would say. Most neighborhoods are designed for cars, not pedestrians. The downtown area is small, and while you'll find essentials that you need like groceries, pharmacies, and a few local restaurants, you'll need to drive, I would say, for most of your entertainment. For many people, that's just part of suburban life, but it can be a con if you crave walkability and, of course, a vibrant urban scene. So it's something for you to truly think about. That said, though, Richmond, it is growing pretty fast, and new developments are popping up all the time. The Manville Town Center, set to open in late 2025, promises more shops, crafts, entertainment options. But for now, you'll need to embrace the Texas tradition of hopping in your car for just about everything. And I mean everything. The upside, you'll never have to fight for parking, and you'll get to know the best backyards or back roads for avoiding traffic. So if you love the idea of space and privacy, the trade-off, maybe it's worth it. But if you're a city dweller at heart, it's something to consider before you're making the move to Richmond, of course, because it could be a huge adjustment. Now, pro number 3, when you're talking about Richmond, strong real estate market and strong investment potential. When you think about real estate, let's talk about the market in Richmond in particular. In 2025, Richmond is one of the hottest spots for buyers and investors right now. Despite a slight dip in prices this year, the long-term trend is strong, I would say, for growth. The Grand Parkway expansion completed in January 2025, it has made the commuting to Houston easier than ever, and that's driving demand for homes in the area, I would say. New construction is booming, with over 1,200 new homes breaking ground in the first quarter of 2025 alone. That means more choices for buyers, more modern design and amenities, and of course, a healthy, competitive market when it comes to shopping for buyers. From an investment perspective, Richmond, I would say, it's a smart bet. Rental demand is high, especially for single-family homes in popular neighborhoods. And I recently helped an investor purchase a fixer-upper near the Richmond area for about $280,000, but put $50,000 in renovations and sold it for $420,000 just 6 months later. That's a solid return on any market. Even if you're not looking to flip, buying in Richmond is a great way to build equity and enjoy appreciation over time. The housing market trends in Richmond, Texas suggest steady growth, making it a safe and rewarding place to put down roots or to invest in the future. Now, con number 3, traffic and commute times. It's still there, of course. Let's get real about the traffic in Richmond. It's technically a suburb of Houston, and while Grand Parkway makes it easier to get to downtown, such as 59 is there, rush hour can still be a headache. During peak times, the drive, all honesty, into Houston can take 45 minutes or more, especially if there's an accident, of course, or construction going on. Even local roads can get congested during school drop-off and pickup times. So if you're used to a short, easy commute, this might be a tough adjustment for you. But there are ways to make it work. Many of my clients are able to work remotely at least part of the time, which makes a huge difference. Others, well, they stagger their hours or use the time in the car to catch up on podcasts or audiobooks or calls for families. Some neighborhoods, like I would say Telfair and Alania, are closer to the major highways, which can shave precious minutes off of your commute. And as Richmond continues to grow, there's talk of more public transit options in the future, but it's definitely being considered. For now though, be prepared to spend some time in the car and maybe invest in a really good playlist, is what I've told most people. Let's go into pro number 4, amenities, parks, and outdoor fun. Is something many people have enjoyed. One of the best kept secrets about Richmond is how much there is to do outdoors. Richmond, Texas lifestyle and amenities are a huge draw for families and anyone who loves being outside. You'll find miles of walking and hiking trails, beautiful parks like Brazos Bend State Park, where you can spot alligators, sunbathing, and community centers with pools, fitness classes, and sport leagues. Neighborhoods like Alania and Harvest Green, they're packed with amenities. Think resort-style pools, splash pads, tennis courts, and even yoga studios. Definitely for outdoor enthusiasts. But it's not just about the big amenities. Richmond has lively local scene with farmers markets, food truck festivals, and outdoor concerts throughout the year. I love taking clients to local pumpkin patches in the fall or just holiday light displays in December. There's always something happening and it's easy to get involved and meet new people, of course. So if you're looking for a place where you can stay active, enjoy nature, and have fun with family, Richmond really delivers for you. Could be definitely an option. Con number 4, limited night life and entertainment. Let's get into it. On the flip side, if you're looking for a buzzing nightlife scene, Richmond might not be your first choice. Most restaurants and bars close by 9 or 10 p.m., and there aren't many late night options. If you love music, rooftop bars, and dancing until 2 a.m., you'll need to head into Houston or Sugar Land for more choices. For some people, this is a deal breaker, but for many families, it's actually a plus. The quiet, laid-back vibe it means you can enjoy peaceful evenings at home or just low-key nights with friends and family, relaxing, talking, and connecting. That said, Richmond is growing and new spots are opening all the time. The Marvel Town, I would say, center that's there, and other up-and-coming developments promise to probably add more dining, entertainment options in the future. And with Sugarland just a short drive away, you're never too far from fun night out. For now though, Richmond is best for the early birds and those who appreciate a slower pace in life. If you're not a night owl, you might need to adjust your expectations or make friends, I would say, with Uber. It's just something to consider at this point. Pro number 5, future growth and investment opportunities is something that you should think about. Richmond is a town on the rise, and the great news is for anyone thinking about buying a home or investing a home here, the Richmond, Texas future growth and investment, I would say outlook, it's very, very strong. Thanks to ongoing development, population growth, and of course, I would say business-friendly environment, major employers are moving into the area, and new schools, shopping centers, and healthcare facilities are being built to keep up with the demand. The city is making smart investments in its infrastructure, which means better roads, more parks, and of course, improved services for residents alike. Now, this kind of growth, I would say it brings opportunities and challenges, of course. Home values are expected to continue to rise, making now a great time to buy before the prices climb higher. Investors are taking notice, and I've seen more and more people purchasing rental properties and second homes in Richmond. So if you're looking for a place with long-term potential, Richmond is a smart choice. Just be prepared for some growing pains as the city expands. Construction, traffic, and the changes to local landscape are all a part of the deal. But overall, the future looks bright for Richmond and of course, its residents. Now, con number 5, weather risk and flooding is something we should discuss, of course. One thing you'll absolutely need to know before moving to Richmond, Texas is the risk of severe weather and flooding. Like much of Houston area, Richmond is prone to heavy rains, hurricanes, and occasional flooding. While most newer neighborhoods, I would say, are built with flood prevention in mind, some areas are still at risk. It's essential to check the flood maps, ask about the flood history, and make sure you have the right insurance coverage before buying a home here in Richmond. When you think about that, it's so important to make sure you're prepared in every area. That being said, the city and the developers have made a huge strides in the recent years to improve drainage and protect homes from flooding. Many neighborhoods have retention ponds now. They've elevated the homes and other features designed to keep water at bay. I always advise my clients to do their homework and work with a knowledgeable realtor like me to find a home that's safe and of course secure. With the right precautions, you can enjoy all the benefits that Richmond living without worrying about the next big storm, which of course is something we worry about in Texas. Now let's discuss the bonus tip, the secret to Richmond's future, which is very, very, very important. Here's what excites me the most. Richmond's land, of course, is something that everybody is curious about. With 1-acre lots still available under $150,000 in areas like Fulshire, Richmond, you can build equity while enjoying kind of like countryside scapes. One client bought raw land in 2023 for $120,000. It's now worth about $190,000 as developers circle the area. Whether you want a hobby, farm, or a custom build, Richmond offers rare urban edge opportunities. I would say here in this video, when I think about my final thoughts about Richmond, Texas, is that it's a good place to live. If you want space, you want value, a community that remembers your name, absolutely consider Richmond. But come with eyes wide open. The heat, taxes, and growth pains, they're actually real, and it's happening in Richmond. Also, if you're serious about moving here, let's connect today. I'll help you dodge the pitfalls and find the perfect blend of Texas charm and, of course, modern comfort alike, okay? So definitely, if you're considering it, give me a call. I want to say thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have any other questions about Richmond, put them in the comments below. If you want to learn about any other areas surrounding Richmond or Houston, definitely leave us a message or give me a call. And if you want to know the actual cost of living on a particular home or a particular neighborhood, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, and see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Natasha Carroll, your local Houston, Texas realtor. See you on the next video. Bye.